Good morning, everybody. We're going to take a little stroll down memory lane today, or rather down history lane today. Behind me, you will notice a cool old cabinet built by the Art Metal Construction Company in the early 1900s. We'll get back to that in a minute. So, in last week's video, you saw us working on my brother-in-law's retaining wall. Well, then the following weekend, my wife and I took a trip to San Antonio for our anniversary, and we bebopped around and looked at some cool stuff. While we were down there, we decided to do a little antiquing and looked at or visited a place called Picker's Paradise in San Antonio. So I'm going to show y'all some video of me walking around inside that shop right quick. Pretty cool stuff. So if you look here, a burner similar to the one that I worked on previously that I need to get back to. Really cool old jack there. That's the cap for a tanker truck to hook up a hose. There is a bunch of old hubcaps and tools. I mean, look at all of that. Just piles of old hubcaps. There's one out of a Buick. Just very cool stuff. You see another one of those old lineman stoves down there. Chevrolet hubcap. There's one out of a Cadillac. Just piles and piles of cool old stuff. Old hand tools, hand drills. Looks like my finger is over part of the camera reticle. Good job, Barrett. Old gas stoves, old car parts and tractor parts, old steering wheels, lights, center caps. There's a just cabinet full of old tools and wrenches, and this place is just jam-packed full of cool stuff. Found some old sign material in the back, doors. There's also a whole bunch of architectural stuff. You can see my wife up there in the foreground looking. There's all these different parts of old buildings, banisters off of stairwells. There's parts bins, old cabinet hardware, and like match sets. So you can go and get all the stuff you want for a restoration project. Like to outfit a whole kitchen. A whole bin full of old casters. I definitely want to go back to this place and bring a trailer and just load it up with stuff. And pretty good prices. The guy said that he was willing to make deals and like do bundles. So if you found 5 or 6 things, he'd give you a better price. There's a whole bunch of old lamp hardware and light fixture hardware. From whole light fixtures to pieces. Yep, chandeliers hanging up. Just mountains of cool old stuff. More light fixtures. Some scroll work. Look at all of that. There's an old yoke, old scales, industrial lighting, old furniture. It's just like old stained glass. That needs a little work, but it's definitely a starting point for a project if you want to do a stained glass window in a house or something. What am I going back to? I was like a kid in a candy store. I couldn't hold my attention on one thing for long. Yeah, more chandelier parts. Oh yeah, insulators off of telephone poles. Stage lighting. All of your just, lamp parts. I cut the video out in this because he was playing music in the background. I don't want to get gigged with any copyright violations. Oh yeah, there's another chandelier that's in pieces. You can reassemble it. Doorknobs, just gobs of doorknobs. More doorknobs, latch plates, more doorknobs. Now I'm headed towards the back. That's cool. I don't know what that's off of. Oh, yeah. Old Coleman lanterns, outdoor light fixtures. All kinds of architectural stuff. Components, just reclaimed wood, old sink. This place just went on and on and on. Look, there's sign material, some cool old sign letters. Got stacks of it. Here's in the back, French doors. Here's some more sign material, windows. Just piles and piles of cool doors. And then there's more stuff out back. Lots of metal components. I went back to Kim, I believe. But super cool. So anyway, on to the topic of today, this cabinet. Let's grab the camera here and get up close and personal. If it'll come off the stand. There we go. So, if you look up here at the sign, can you read that? It says Art Metal Construction Company, Jamestown, New York. I'm fairly certain that is a style 403 and a serial number 3503. So when I picked up this cabinet, the lady that gave it to me, the only thing she wanted me to do was make sure there wasn't any information on it that, because this is a ledger cabinet. And so she asked me to remove all the little tags, so that just in case there was some information on there that didn't need to be out in the public, it wouldn't be out in the public. So I removed those this morning, and while I was removing them, I was doing a little bit of research on the Art Metal Construction Company, and what I found is that the Art Metal Construction Company was founded as Fenton Metallic Manufacturing Company from 1888 to 1900. But then the name changed to Art Metal Construction Company from 1900 to 1959. As you can see, Art Metal Construction Company. So we know that this was built between 1900 and 1959. Well, so then when I started removing the labels, I was looking at the dates. And the dates that I started finding, let's get a light on this subject. So the earliest one I saw at first was from 26, I believe. But then as I started removing the labels, I was finding older labels under the new labels. So this, for example, see, we got 1940, 1941. The oldest one I found was 1962. So it looks like this is when this cabinet stopped being used, was in 1962. But underneath the 1962 was one from 1940, and underneath that is one that says September, but you can't read a date. So not sure about what year that September was. But then this one I found, 1940, I'm sorry, 1962, May 1962, looks like the last entry into this cabinet. Underneath that, I found an older sticker from 1941, and underneath that, I found an older sticker, October of 1923. I don't know if I can get good light on that for you. October of 1923, and if you'll notice, there's another older sticker underneath this sticker that I could not get off. So I know that this cabinet was used in October of 1923. It's possible that it was even older than that. You know, maybe 1920, 1921. But just very cool stuff when you can start finding little bits of information about an old item like this and figure out about what time it was created. Now I'm going to try and clean this cabinet up. I don't want to damage anything that's here. I want to keep it looking as cool and old as it is. But there's a few little things, like some of these handles are bent. I want to straighten them up. And I'd like to clean it, but I'm going to just take a mild soapy solution and kind of wash it down. Try and see if I can get some of the rust off of things without damaging the paint that's there. I may take a little bit of Brasso and see if I can clean up the brass. If you'll notice, some of these are missing. Here's one I could not get off, March of 1941. But there's older stickers under it. But yeah, so I'd like to clean that up. And I'm missing the little ID plates on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is where you put your card in there to label what is in the cabinet. So what I'm going to use this cabinet for, and I bought a pile of your little aluminum throwaway pans, but they fit in here perfectly. Yeah, like so. So I'm just going to use this as a parts cabinet, because why not? I can put nuts and bolts and stuff in here. But it's very cool. The backs here, if you'll notice, all this is solid brass. It's the little support for the back of the cabinet. Now this is what they called a ledger cabinet, and so bank ledgers, paychecks, vouchers would all fit in these tall, skinny drawers. And there's 36 drawers here. Oh, some other cool little features about the cabinet. If you look all around the edges here, they've got like a gold trim painted on it. I don't know if that shows up real well in the camera. But you can see these like gold accents. And if you get over here on the side of the cabinet, you've got the same gold paint, and you've got a line up at the top and then a double line. Isn't that cool? And of course it's scratched up and scuffed up, and there's a little bit of rust at the bottom. It obviously went through a flood. You can see a little bit of rust all along the bottom edge. So it was in water, you know, about 2 inches deep. The metal's still in good shape. It's just surface rust, so I'm gonna try and gently clean that off. But that's what I'm gonna be working on for now, anyway. I'll leave the camera set up. You might get a little montage of me cleaning on this old girl if you're interested in watching. And then I'm gonna do some rearranging, and I'm thinking that this cabinet is gonna live right there beside that tool wall and have that cabinet where that shelf is. And so I can organize all my small hardware. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for now. way better. Cleaner, at least. Well, there you have it, folks. She's cleaned. She's put together. All the old tags are off. Looks pretty good. I like it. I just like the heck out of that. But now I've got to clean all that mess out so I can put this where it's going to live. And then I can start organizing parts into it. So I'm sure you'll want to watch me organize my shop. So I guess that's going to be it for today. If you find old things and you want to spend a few minutes and clean them up, I mean, there's still years of use in this old girl. I think it's going to make an excellent parts bin and an interesting conversation piece. And it just looks cool sitting over there. So, thank you guys for watching. God bless y'all, and I'll see you next time.